You're welcome to the Mobile Feed Playbook midweek snippet. I want to sincerely appreciate everyone that has subscribed, liked, and shared my videos. I noticed that some of my videos are racking up views. I think my first video has racked up 141 views. I'm grateful and humble, and it puts me on a level where I feel motivated not to stop. So I want to sincerely say thank you. I'm not faking anything here. It's about to be a very, very honest conversation because I know that education is indeed a scam. Yes, you heard me right. I said education is a scam. In this part of the world, here in Nigeria, where we value crime, we place all our value for human life on the amount of money a particular man has. Sometimes I'm also guilty of that, and I try as much as possible not to have that as a way of life. But I'll tell you that for every man that has made it without education, he in turn employs people that are educated to manage his business. Isn't that a plot twist? That one out of a million persons will be uneducated and make it out of the hood. But then they tell you that education is not the key and you fall for that crap. Don't fall for it because you need education to survive. You need education to communicate. You need education to manage people. Because obviously, if you are not educated, you are planning on owning your own company. You will obviously need education to manage people. You manage human resources and you manage material resources. That is how the world functions. But let me digress and bring us back to basketball. I've been an advocate for basketballers having education because I watch them day in, day out, slug it out on the court, play their ass out, win games, lose some. Most of the time they win because, I associate myself with winning. And I would say to a large extent that most of them are not educated and basketball is just their life. I was scrolling to TikTok and I saw a post about the basketballer. He said somebody sent him a message and the person said, "You go play basketball every time I go to see you for court, but you're not making anything out of your life." Now, I would say the story will be different because the response will be different to that person that has publicly or privately slighted your ego, that you only have basketball as your life. I'll use myself as an example. I started playing basketball when I got to the University of Lagos. I got in through my diploma, had my BSc, juggled between work and playing basketball. Yes, you heard me right. I juggled between being a full-time teacher in a private school in Lagos and playing basketball. I leave the office to training in Lupeju, to stadium, to the Hawks court, go for games, go for away games. Those that played basketball with me will know that at times I usually join the team on the day of the game when we have away games. When I sit back and I look at all those days and look at the amount of sacrifice I made while playing, getting educated, having a job, having to shuttle between what I love to do and what I went to school to learn how to do. And I'm doing both at the same time. It was just God and people that took a chance on me that, okay, this guy is good and he's also educated and he's working, and we understand that he can be our practice. I know you wonder how I was able to break into teams, make the all-star team, also get to be on a team that went for an international, I would say an international competition because we left Nigeria. That was like my first trip outside Nigeria to Cote d'Ivoire. And we got to Cote d'Ivoire and I was like, is this actually me? Trust me, I had a full-time job that I got because I had a BSc in Human Kinetics and Health Education in the University of Lagos. If I wasn't educated, I don't think I would have a job. And I don't think most of the times that I felt people were trying to bully me, I don't think if I was educated, I would speak up because I knew that I had something as a backup if the ball stops bouncing. I knew that nobody could talk me down, and that gave me confidence. And today, I am glad that I'm in a place where I can speak, people will listen, the next gen will listen to me because I am impacting, I am teaching, I am also playing with veterans. And you know, basketball veterans, they are sole proprietors, their own companies, that have a workforce, that have people that they manage, both material and equipment, both human and material resources. Sorry, you know, these are the people I roll with, and it's not because of the fact that I'm just educated. It's because of the fact that I'm also highly skilled. Not that during this period that I was trying to get all the degrees that I've gotten so far to the glory of God, I was also playing basketball. So you can be educated and also play basketball. I'm going to be sharing with you 5 things, 5 advantages that you will have when you are educated and also playing sports. Because whether you like it or not, hey, this ball will stop bouncing one day. People will stop calling your name one day. I went to my wife to Roe Park on Sunday. I went to play, and it was both a mixture of fun and competitiveness because we had elite players playing at Roe Park. It's called The Run. Shout out to Shuaib and the rest of the crew that came up with that. It's an amazing one for people like us that are already old in the game to come and kick it with elite players like Koyin, Shuaib, Railway, Tolani, Jeff, and so many talented, skilled players. Enforcer, Tilo, so many guys, skilled guys. Koyin, man, Banire, you need to be there on Sunday to come and slug it out. It's always the best of the best. Trust me. We don't want weak people there. We don't want less skilled players there, right? So I'm going to be running through the 5 things, the 5 advantages being educated will give you as a basketball player, as a sportsman. First, education makes you a better athlete because you'll be able to read plays. Coaches like working with smart players. Once you are educated, it also helps you. I'm not saying without education you can't read plays. Obviously, you read plays because you want to play. But trust me, education will make it better. Talent gets you noticed, but education will keep you relevant. The second one is life after the whistle. What are you going to do when the ball stops bouncing? What are you going to fall back to when the ball stops bouncing? What if you do not make it pro? Or what if you make it pro? At least at some point, it will come to the end of your career. What are you going to fall back on? I'm pretty sure most of you all have friends in America, in Europe, that are studying and they are playing for their various high schools and colleges. At the end of the day, they get their degree and they always fall back to their degree because you and I both know that most of them don't make it pro. Just a few of them. Talk more of you playing here in Nigeria, knowing what the system is and how the NBBF has, jeopardized the lives of those that are coming up. You really need education to survive. Whether you like it or not, basketball can end in one bad landing. Trust me, education won't. The third one, confidence beyond the court. All right. Once you are educated, coaches tend to respect you. Teammates tend to respect you. Trust me, because they know they are not talking to just a dumb individual. They are talking to somebody that has gone through a system, because it will show in the way you act, the way you speak, the way you read plays, how you communicate with people on the court. Knowing fully well that basketball is also an emotional game. Picking how you communicate with different teammates shows that you are smart. Understanding and the ability to remember plays shows that you are smart. All right. The fourth point is discipline transfers everywhere. Education keeps you disciplined. You going to a particular educational institution for 4 years states that your ability to manage time is top notch. Your ability to be responsible is top notch because whether you like it or not, you attend classes, you write tests, you write exams. That means you are loyal to something. Even your employer would see that you are actually good at staying in a particular place for a period of time, doing a particular thing effectively and efficiently. It shows that you are disciplined and it transfers over time. It transfers into everything, into how you show up at trainings, into how you show up at game venues. It shows whether you like it or not. The same focus you use to study films can be used to study your books. So you are not smart, you are just afraid. The last but not the least, role models for the next generation. you will be a role model for the next person looking up to you. Whether you like it or not, there's somebody that has modeled their game to your game. There's somebody that is at the stand watching you. Oh, I would like to be like Tilu. I would like to be like Jide. I would like to be like Komu. You will be a better role model because you have walked the walk and you have talked the talk. Young athletes copy what they see. Educated athletes inspire the balance, books and ball. Sports should open doors, not close classrooms. So please be educated. It's the power for the future. It's the power for the next generation. Because we are here playing today so that we can impact those that are coming behind us. I'm going to leave with this quote that states, sports can open doors, but education teaches you how to walk through them. Stay safe. It's the Mobile Field Playbook podcast made with snippets. We out.